Okay, so no one seems to be addressing why Pretty Ugly is the most underappreciated and most hated artist in SA hip hop. Thing is, I'm trying to understand the hate around Pretty Ugly. I'm not gonna say I'm his biggest fan, but I do tap into the Pruella's music there and there. This guy is so underappreciated by us and the whole industry. If you guys remember Where It Go by Do Me Youngster CPT with Nasty C, when Junior said, "You tell me your verses are cool, nigga, but there's more you could do with it." On that verse, who do you think Nasty C is talking about?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
So during the time Nasty C blew up, there was a rumor that Pretty Ugly wanted to work with Junior. And obviously Nasty C was handing out features like Oprah.
Won't ever use my skin as an excuse cause I know Oprah face won't.
But yeah, Pretty Ugly wanted to work with him, but then allegedly he didn't feel Pretty Ugly. He thought no one could move with it. He sounded a little like... Sorry guys, but that Nasty C... You see guys, when I say Nasty C isn't the same Nasty C, that Nasty C was Nasty C. That was Nasty C. The Juice Back remix. And like, let's talk about Pretty. We're not talking about Nasty, Anish. I hate to see this, man. Recently he dropped what could be his final album, and I really feel like us as the community and as the industry, we really made Pretty Ugly fall out of love with what he actually loves, bruh. At the moment, Pretty Ugly is quite happy. He's a quite happy man right now because he's reached an impressive milestone with his latest and potentially last studio album, which is sad. This project was released only days ago, like January 29th, but it has recorded an impressive run on Spotify already. At the time of writing, it has recorded a milestone of over 1 million streams. It's not all the time that an album from a South African rapper, and when I say rapper, not a rapper, right? Rapper accumulates numbers in such a short time. We don't see this, right? Such a lyrical rapper who is very gritty, and like we don't really see this a lot. But in South Africa, I have to say, man, like we're kind of savage. We're really kind of savage for making this guy quit on what he loves. I mean, yes, I understand Pretty Ugly is a lot more lyrical than others. His lyrics and music are more gritty than others. But do you know how many different images this guy has gone through? This guy went through so many images with himself because he tried to fit in with the South African industry. At some point, Pretty Ugly was a Skotane.
If I die, I pray I come back as Skotane.
In South Africa, Skotane is a young, fashionably dressed black urban resident who engages in destructive, conspicuous consumption. This involves regular get-togethers on weekends in which groups of Izikothane, most likely male teenagers, gather to compete in mock battles where luxury items are often destroyed.
He then went into the era of him being in ambitious entertainment with a lot of auto-tune, right? He had that, what's that song again? I'm in the Mood. Is it I'm in the Mood? Is that the name of the song? But yeah, I'm in the Mood by feature, and then he had the remix featuring Saudi. That song was fire. Not gonna lie, that song was fire. But I still felt like that's not Pretty Ugly. I still felt like Pretty Ugly is trying to fit in with the South African industry because of how we have neglected him and left him on the outside, right? And I've realized that he tried to be relatable with this new album. He really did try to be relatable because he is using vernac on some songs, even if it's words or just phrases or whatever. But on songs like Nchaka, I'm with my Nchaka, copyright. But anyway, I mean, y'all said Madlera wrote for him. Aye guys, Nsile Nina, aye, Nsile, aye. Why would Matlera write for him, bruh? Okay, I do understand that he kind of does sound like Matlera on the chorus. He does. Like, we need to all agree that that's a Matlera style. That whole song is a Matlera style. But a lot of artists do this, bro. A lot of artists do this. Like, if I was an artist and I was featuring AKA, right? If I was trying to feature Casper, meh, I would try be on the wave that Casper's on. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like how Casper on 018 is he's kind of on the Matlera tip, but you can still like feel like that Casper energy. It's just like in Jaka, you can feel the pretty ugly energy in the hook and the verse, right? And so you guys said that Matlera Dope Boy wrote everything for Pretty Ugly, and this is what Matlera had to say, right? And yo guys, I mean, okay, if I answer your question, right, is Pretty Ugly like the greatest lyricist in South Africa, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. He is good, don't get me wrong. He is good. Is he better than someone like Shane Eagle? 100%. He's definitely better than someone like Shane Eagle. 100%. But what I'm saying is that he can never try to compete with an A Reese. And these are some things that are, you know, these are like kind of some things that are kind of pushing fans away from him, because in South Africa we can only manage to have one guy for each thing. You know what I'm saying? In trap, we had Nasty C only at some point. At some point, we only had Nasty C for trap. But then Blackie came along. That's why now channels like myself can see how fugazi Nasty C is. Sorry. Nasty C is not fugazi, he's an amazing artist, but I'm just trying to say now we can see that he has competition. He needs to step up now. He really needs to step up, because Blackie's here. And he just dropped that G2G freestyle or whatever that freestyle is, but that freestyle is fire. That freestyle is fire. But anyway, that's not what we're here about. And if you guys want to argue about me, you want to argue with me saying that A Reese is better than Pretty Ugly, I want you guys to tell me who killed that song. Who killed that song? I just feel like with Pretty Ugly, he seems to be chasing the hype around his name. Or maybe the media just twists his words, I don't know. And like maybe he's being misinterpreted with his actions. But at some point, he publicly called out Tlohi and Sizwe. Askis guys, Uris no nest. Reese and Nasty, okay? The fight with Cass, it was unnecessary. And then he got beat up. The fight with Casper was so unnecessary, because we know Pretty Ugly for being such a lyrical, in his bag type of guy, you know? Like, he's really in his bag. You know what I'm saying? And him doing that kind of also disappointed me again. Like, it took me back to the Skotade moment when he did that, because I'm like, Pretty Ugly, you didn't need to do that, bro. Honestly, you didn't need to do that. But I respect how he tried to build everything around his career, like Rick Jade. And I think Dust by Pretty Ugly is, and hopefully it's not his last album, but this is his best. For me, this is his best, you know? And I just feel like, man, Pretty Ugly is the most underappreciated artist in South Africa.
You bitches sound like cats when you bark.